It's that time of the year where we are all discussing our goals and our dreams and the things that we want to manifest and our resolutions for the new year. And, there's so much energy around it. We're all so excited. But a lot of people don't really understand how goal setting works and what it really looks like to manifest something. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Amanda Muhammad, and I'm a mindfulness-based stress management consultant in Dallas, Texas. And I facilitate trainings and create resources around how to build resilience to the stress that you are experiencing. And so today, I thought that I would share a journaling exercise that I began doing earlier this year that has made a huge difference in the way that I approach and manifest the things that I want in my life. Now, this journaling exercise is what I do to dream big and to set goals that are actually actionable and that I can, really just, dream around and manifest for my life. And so I want to give you all those steps so that you can do the same as you are taking intentions towards setting your goals and making the dreams in your life come true. Okay. So the first thing that I do is it's called the perfect day exercise. And so what I do in this is I take my journal and I just let myself write. I mean, whatever comes up. And so what I'm doing is I'm scripting from the future on from the moment that I wake up and just throughout the day. Everything that's happening. I'm waking up in this big bed and it's got, white sheets and it's super comfortable and I have floor to ceiling windows and, I'm going to do this that day and this person's going to be there and I'm driving this car and I'm, eating this meal and I'm exploring this museum and I just talked to this client and just letting myself talk freely through what just an amazing day in my future would look like. And so, this is called scripting and I can go more into this in another video, but really it's just letting myself explore whatever comes up to me without judgment. I don't hold back. I let whatever pops up pop up. I don't care if it says, I'm walking a Dalmatian down the beach and then next thing I know, I'm jumping on a flight to Hawaii. Like whatever comes up, comes up. So that's the first thing I do is I let myself just get creative and just explore whatever naturally comes up for me. Now, actually, let me backtrack real quick because one thing that I do before I jump into scripting, and writing out my perfect day is I actually meditate. So I'll sit, and just get still for a moment and just listen and just allow myself to calm down and get into a space where I can be open to whatever I'm writing about. Okay. So that's backtrack. Number one would be that I sit down and I get clear and just get intentional about the space that I'm moving into. The next thing is that I write out that perfect day exercise. Okay. Now, once I've written out the perfect day exercise, I've done my writing. It feels good. I'm just taking it in. I go back and I underline all of the things that I really, really would love to see happen. Okay. So some of the things that pop up, I'm like, yeah, that would be cool. But I pay attention to what really resonates with me and what comes up and what I would really want to see happen in my life. And I go back and I underline those things. Now, once I've underlined the things that I would like to see happen in my life that really resonated with me, I flip those into affirmations. So I will write out in the affirmative, whatever it is, those things that I saw that came up for me when I was writing that I really would like to see. I write them as affirmations, right? I am, bringing in 6 figures a month in my business. I am, driving my Jaguar F-Pace. I am whatever it is, right? And just writing those out as affirmations as if they are already happening. So affirming myself and looking at what they look like to say them in the present tense. Now, once I've written out my affirmations, I actually flip those into goals. And so I speak about them from a sense of, what I'm looking to accomplish and just get really clear about what that sounds like, right? So what those goals are. And I'll go through an example after I go through the steps. So underline them, flip them into affirmations, then flip them into goals. The next thing that I do, once I figure out what those goals are, is I put those things into a visual. So I'll do something like a vision board or something vision based that I can actually see the things that I have come up with that I would like to see in my life, right? So again, some people use things like vision boards. I have an example of one right over here. but I don't want to stretch my mic to go get it. But anyways, something like a vision board or a visual where you can see the things that it is that you want in your life, and you can just like have it somewhere that you can see it and that you can visualize and that you can kind of put yourself in the space of what it would look like. And you can also see the different things that you want for your life next to each other and kind of visualize them working together. Okay. Now, once I've got my vision board or my visual down, however I choose to do it that year, I always do something a little bit different each year. I actually pray over it and then I release it. So one thing I'm really learning when it comes to manifestation or, asking God for things, I'm a God girl, so y'all will hear me talk about God. But when I really want something to happen, I'm learning to just pray once, knowing that God hears me and that I don't need to keep going back and asking over and over and over, because that signals that I don't believe that it will happen. And it also makes me anxious when I have to keep going back and asking. So I see what it is that I want for myself. I ask for it, and then I just surrender it. And not only surrendering what I'm asking for, but also releasing any deadlines. Now, this is big, because what can happen when you put deadlines on your goals and things like that, it's really good to have something to strive for. So I'm not saying don't have deadlines, but one thing that I always follow up with is this or something greater. And also just surrendering to God's timing, knowing that his timing may be different than mine, right? And I have to be okay with that. Because if I say that I want something and I just have to have it by December 15th, 2021, when it's December 13th and it hasn't happened, maybe God wants to give it to me December 16th. But when it's the 13th or when it's, November 12th and I haven't seen it, what happens? I start getting super anxious and I start to feel like it's not going to happen. And when you are trying to manifest or when you have a goal, you have to have unwavering belief that this thing is going to occur. And sometimes what deadlines can do is they can discourage us from believing that something is going to happen. And so then we get thrown off. And once you miss that belief part, it can hinder everything that you are trying to manifest. Okay. So I pray over it, I release it, and then I'm just looking at my vision board for intentions of getting myself into that space of feeling the things that I've asked for coming back to me. I'm seeing myself on vacations. I'm seeing myself with my perfect partner. I'm seeing myself thriving in business, all of these different things that I'm wanting for myself. It's more so about looking at it and getting into the feeling of what it is that I want for my life. Okay. And then once I have that, I actually take a step back again and I look at it as that goal. And then I look at what steps can I take to actually help me get there? So what is it that I need to do in order to actually manifest this goal? Faith without works is dead, right? So when you have a goal or something that you want to accomplish, you can't just sit around and wish and hope that it happens. That's not going to do anything. You have to take inspired action, take actionable steps towards what it is that you want to accomplish, while knowing that you will accomplish that, or like I said, something greater. So you have to figure out what are those steps that I can take towards getting whatever it is that I want. So I said I would walk you through an example. So let's do one. So let's say in my perfect day exercise, for those of you that know me, you know I love that Jaguar F-Pace. I got a Volkswagen Tiguan this year that I absolutely love. It actually kind of changed the game. I'm like, do I want the Jaguar F-Pace? But I'll use the F-Pace for an example. So that Jaguar F-Pace, let's say I'm scripting perfect day exercise and I'm writing about how I'm jumping into this all black Jaguar F-Pace. It's gorgeous, whatever. Then I go back and I underline that part because obviously, I really want that Jaguar F-Pace. And then I speak in the affirmative, like I'm the proud owner of a Jaguar F-Pace, right? And then I set that goal. Like I am going to be the owner of a Jaguar F-Pace. Like I am going to drive this Jaguar F-Pace or, whatever it is. It's speaking in the affirmative, but also making an actionable goal, that I have this thing that I want, right? And then on my vision board, maybe it's that I print out a picture of a Jaguar F-Pace, or I go and I stand next to a Jaguar F-Pace and take a picture and put that on my vision board. So now I can see myself alongside the Jaguar F-Pace. And I might make a video on that later too, on just how putting yourself around the things and getting yourself into the environment of the things that you want to manifest can help you manifest it even faster. Okay. So again, now I've got a visual of what it is that I want. Now I pray over it one time and then I release it and I say this or something greater, whatever it is that you have for me. And then, just let it go and know that, it is what it is, right? Okay. And then I take those steps. So what does it look like for me to have a Jaguar F-Pace? What are the things that I need to do? Well, I probably need to figure out, how much does it cost? Where can I get the one that I want? Is there some type of special thing? What bells and whistles do I want on the Jaguar F-Pace? How much money do I need to be saving? How many gigs do I need to close? You know, for me, I'm a speaker, I'm a trainer. So how many trainings would I need to close in order for me to get to that point where I have my Jaguar F-Pace? Or, you know, how secure do I need to be in other areas? So just getting really clear about what actionable steps I can take towards that goal, knowing that ultimately I'm going to receive that or whatever's greater for me when I stay in the space of having unwavering faith and surrender around what it is that I want for myself. So again, these are the steps that I take in this journaling exercise that I just started doing that has really made a huge difference in how I visualize and set up myself for manifesting the things that I want. I have been using these practices for a very long time, whether folks know it or not, and they have made just such a huge difference in me getting things that I want and that I feel that I deserve. And I've also learned a lot of hard lessons on what it looks like to say that I want something and not do the work, or say that I want something and not believe that I can have it, or to not be clear on what it is that I want. So all of those are very important components: being clear on it, having unwavering faith, and taking inspired action. That's how you get to the things that you want to manifest, and how you get the goals, how you accomplish those goals that you want for the year. So again, I hope that helps. I hope you can use this journaling exercise and just get some clarity and just have fun with it. You know, let yourself have fun with the things that you want for your life, and dream big. You do not have to play it small. But dreaming big is actually, you know, it's a big sign of faith for me. You know what I mean? Like, it just shows me that I believe that the God that I serve is capable of doing major things in my life. And it has proven itself time and time again to be true. So again, I hope this helps. I'll continue to drop videos like this that can help you with understanding what it means to be resilient, what it means to manage stress, but also what it means to get the things that you want in life. Because I think that more of us need to really understand how some of these things work when we're saying, oh, I want to manifest this, and we're learning the power of positivity. But there's so much more behind it. And I want to continue sharing that stuff more. So again, I hope it helps. Please subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to sharing more of these practices with you. Create a great day.